Hello everybody and welcome to Skylines, a city building and traffic management game. This is going to be a tutorial series on how to start and master City Skylines from a city of zero to a metropolis. We'll be going through all the DLCs available on the City Skylines remastered version. So this is on console. There'll be no mods, pure vanilla. So if you don't want to get into mods, then this is the good series for you. So, today we're going to be working up to your first milestone of... No, that's Megalopolis. Your first milestone of Little Hamlet, which for this map, which is Mountain Taper, which comes with the Map Pack DLC, the original one, you need 480 citizens. So that's where we're going to go up to today. So, what you want to do first is just build a really small little road and delete it. That gives us access to some other roads. I normally use the four lane road right here, and you want to start it about 1 full tile away, and you want to make your angle 90 degrees because it's easier to make a straight line. So what you want to do is probably go 2 of these straight lines or sections out, and then you want to connect them with one-way roads to connect to your highways. That is actually pretty bad, so I'm going to redo that like that and change the direction because that actually looks dreadful. And then from here, then this is how I start off my cities. You're going to want to go 3 out this way, so 3 of these tiles again. That's about 45 tiles, well, or 1,200 cost in both directions. Now, what happens next? What you want to do next is to align this properly so that you can maximize the amount of space in each tile. So you want to do it so that there's 4 on either side of each road. So as you can see here, there's 8 in total. And if it doesn't match up perfectly, you can just expand the road a little bit and meet up like that. And then you want to do the same on this side as well. This is just to maximize the amount of space you have and also minimize the amount of money cost, because money is a really big problem early game. What you want to do is when you're starting off, you want to keep the game paused until you have that first population in. I then expanded another 2 of these full tiles out in all of these roads, and that actually messed up, so I'm going to finish it off and do that. And do that the same thing over here. So what you want to do now is find a water source for your city. So you can either use a water tower, which generates more it actually makes more water, but that's determining because that is a certain, whereas this determines on how much water is in the area. And this is the standard sewage treatment plant. So what I would do is find the access route where it's most likely to be good. But for this map, I'm going to do a water tower with a sewage outlet pipe right there. Connect them up and put a wind thing right there. You don't have to do this. You can do this bit how you want. And then you want to connect it up to your actual city. So, if you follow the roads, it's a lot easier to sort of organise and stuff like that. And after doing all this, piping is really tedious, but it is something that you have to do in City Skylines. So, after doing your piping, you're going to want to find a good power plant. Now, wind, yes, it's energy efficient, but it relies on pockets of wind. So, if I put it over here, it will make 4 megawatts. If I put it over here, it will make 7. Or here, 7 again. But if you use a coal power plant, this is really good because it generates enough power that you need for the starting game. I think it's roughly 45 megawatts. And also, it can tell you where your industrial area is. This bit doesn't matter, but I'm going to put my industrial area on this side of the main road. And then on this half, I'm just going to trace out a line, which is where I'm going to put my power cables. And now you want to zone everything out. So, like I said earlier, this side, I'm going to go on the select tool here, because you do fill, select, large, medium, or small. Select determines which tile you want. I'm going to leave one tile gap between this and the main road, because I'm going to expand these roads later, and I don't want to break and destroy any buildings. And on this side, I'm going to leave it away from the main road, because I don't want the houses to be right on that main city road. And maybe just put them here. So spread it all out, and I'm going to leave that road as well. And then we're going to put some shopping on this side. So just some commercial there. And now, with all of your services set up, you can click play. Ideally, you want to go on 3 times speed. And then you just have to wait until your first citizens show up. So, as you can see now, I am now making a positive amount of money. It's small, but now, from now on, it shouldn't really go back into the minus unless I make an absolutely massive mistake later on. But nothing should really change for about 2,000 people compared to the amount of money. I'll be constantly in the green. It's when bigger factors start coming in and traffic becomes a problem, is when money starts lowering and going back into the red. But more on that when that time comes later on in the series. We've only got 80 more citizens to go, and I think I may have to expand this area a little bit more. So I'll put in some more tiles worth, and I'll maybe demolish this house. Don't be scared to demolish things if you don't need them there, and start building in some more roads back here, just to add some more space in. And obviously you can do whatever pattern you want, like I've just said, but just make sure it's all plumbed in. Now, every road doesn't have to be covered, just as long as the tiles are covered with this blue shade, then that should be enough. And there you have it. We have the little hamlet milestone. We have unlocked taxes, loans, garbage, healthcare, and education, as long as some buildings help us along that. And also we gained 20 grand. So now with this area, like I said, I was going to dedicate for my actual, services. Now, because I'm going to expand the road, I don't want them right next to the road, because otherwise I have to move them. So I'm going to place a health clinic there, and I think behind that I will place the school. Maybe next to it I'll place the school. And also, we have to wait for a little bit more money. Oh, talking about money, this is the economy tab, and here you can access taxes, budgets, loans, and manage, and just see how much money you're making from each thing. So taxes, they're set at 9% by default. You can put it all the way up to 29% if you wanted to, although your citizens get angry at anything above 12. So we're going to maximize it up at 12% tax. That will make the most money without your citizens leaving the city, which will be bad. And now we just need 4,000 cash, which shouldn't be too long because our money will steadily increase with the new taxes put in. And then we'll place a landfill site. Now these pollute massively, so I put them as far away from my citizens as possible. But in the industrial areas, sometimes even separate, that we have a separate area later on. So I'm going to place it right here, and it is only going to pollute the industrial area. As you can see, it stops right on that road where the factories stop. And apart from that, that is it for your first milestone in the first episode of this tutorial. I hope this has helped you get the basics of City Skylines, and that you will be able to use this information to boost your way onto building a world-class metropolis in City Skylines. Hope you guys enjoyed and learned something from this video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing. I'm going to do even more of these tutorials covering every DLC and milestone, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, everybody!